Promote feature adoption and discovery. Learning objectives. After you've completed this unit, you will be able to decide when to use user engagement prompts, describe the two types of prompts, floating and docked, add prompts to your org, choosing the right subject. Before we get into how to add prompts, let's talk a little bit more about why you add prompts. Prompts are perfect for the feature discovery and adoption scenarios such as new features is enabled or available, experienced users appreciate enhancements to features they use often, and like to be the first to know about new features, as long as the information is helpful and relevant. User isn't taking advantage of a valuable feature. Sometimes your users aren't using your applications to its full potential. To help them follow best practices and take advantage of beneficial features, offer tips and guidance focused on saving time and increasing productivity. How do you choose the right subject for your prompt? Good candidates for prompts: features that are easy to learn and start using right away, features that are available to users without setup or personalization, features to avoid in prompts, features that are highly complex, features that have a steep learning curve, features that can be heavily personalized by users. And now that we talked about the goal and purpose of the prompt, let's chat about the audience. Although every company and user is unique, remember that generally users know the basics and don't want their workflow interrupted without good reason. I want actionable, relevant information about new possibilities, updates or features they often use, and new features that could increase productivity. Don't want to be sold to unless an offering is clearly tailored to their needs. So unless you want your prompt to be closed before it's read, carefully select a subject that speaks to your users. Now that we have our purpose and audience in mind, let's talk about the two different types of prompts. Choosing the right type of prompt. Floating prompts are a non-intrusive way to nudge users towards a feature or opportunity. There's no extra stuff here, just a short and sweet message and a call to action in form of a button that opens a URL of your choice. You can place a floating prompt in one of 6 positions on the page: top left, top center, top right, bottom left, center right. So we have that here as an example with the lightning icon. Floating prompts. Docked prompts are great when users need to refer to content while exploring a feature on their own. Unlike the floating prompt, the docked prompt stays in place when the user navigates through the app. Use a docked prompt for content that you want to remain on the screen, such as step-by-step instructions or a short video that the users can follow while learning how to complete a task in the app. Docked prompt. Choose a floating prompt when your goal is to drive readers to a resource such as a PDF or website. Your goal is to have readers acknowledge information without specifically completing an action. Your message is short, approximately 1 sentence. Choose a docked prompt when you want to include short step-by-step instructions that the user can consult while they work. You want to embed a video that's in the docked prompt, or your message is longer than 1 sentence. Examples of prompts. Here are some examples of the different types of prompts. If you want some other examples of prompts, consider installing the in-app guidance, boost user sales of productivity in Lightning Experience, or in-app guidance, boost service user productivity in Lightning Experience, managed package from Salesforce. It's a great starting point for building your own library of prompts. To install this package, your org must already have the Sales or Service Console app installed. Did you know with pins list you can make any action list your new default? The pin, an unpinned list, click on its pin icon. Suppose you want to introduce users to a new feature for submitting feedback. You draft this message: how are we doing? You have a new key way to provide feedback on your workplace. Use the Suggestion Box app to submit suggestions and track their status. No tiny pencils required. To get the Suggestion Box, go to the app launcher. It's the waffle-looking icon in the header and search for Suggestion Box. In a doc prompt, your message would look like this. How are we doing? And so on and so forth. See how easy it is to add a prompt. Want to get hands-on with in-app guidance? We don't have any hands-on challenges in this module, but if you want to follow along and practice the steps, you need to install the sales or service version of the in-app guidance. Boost user productivity in Lightning Experience package into your Trailhead playground. To install this package, your org must already have the Sales or Service Console app installed. To launch your playground and install the package, follow these instructions. Okay, let's see. Do we have a playground link here somewhere? Doesn't look like it. Let's get a playground from another module that I've already completed. Can't find a link here. Let's check another one. Oh, it's a bit tricky. No playground links. Let's go to one I haven't done yet. There should be a playground for sure. Somewhere, I hope. Unfortunate that they did not include a link. And there we have a playground. Okay, so this is Sales Console, so we already have that installed, so we should be able to let's see. Here we have it in app guidance. We don't really need to install anything. Because we already have it here. Just doesn't want to load, and there we go. In-app guidance, add guidance in your app to get users' attention, use prompts to onboard and train users, highlight configuration, and so on and so forth. Add a prompt. Open prompt authoring bar. Use the authoring bar to create and edit your prompts. Click open authoring bar to open a new browser tab with the authoring bar at the top of the screen. Let's do this. Let's add some stuff for the energy audit. Floating prompt. Docked prompt. Add a floating prompt to the bottom right. No profile restrictions, no permission restrictions. Title. We are looking at energy audits. Here is our list of all energy audits. Let's make the button, the dismiss button, just understood. Add action button, we don't need that. Just one time, that should be enough. Okay, that is just for us. Prompt name. First time energy audit. Prompt. And there's an API name as well. I guess if you know about APIs, learn about them later on, you can use that somehow to call the prompt through an API, use it through an API somehow. And let's save and preview. And there we have it. All easy. Alright. When you have a lineup of great prompts, it's important to monitor user engagement to see if your content is actually engaging users. Salesforce had made it easy with pre-built metrics for prompts. When a prompt is active, view usage metrics on the in-app guidance setup page. Views represent the total number of unique users who have seen the prompts. Completes represent the percentage of viewers who have clicked the action button. Set up a custom report type using the prompt action object. Start by adding the last display date, last result, name times action taken times dismissed for all of the available fields. and start asking questions to identify trends. Did you get more views or clicks on docked prompts or floating prompts? Did you get more action button clicks with a certain button or label title? Did longer content get fewer button clicks? Was there a drop-off in engagement during the run of the prompt? It may be difficult to identify exact correlations between behavior and retention, but reviewing metrics will help you to fine-tune your location, position, content, and frequency settings. Keep it going. Prompts are pretty easy and fun to create. Now, let's see. About the reports. And there we have it. 0 views. I'm not really sure where we can set up a custom report. Prompt action object. Let's go to the object manager. It's not really explained at all. Don't think we have ever created reports. From action object. I don't see it here. Maybe it's not in the object manager, but anyway, let's just skip this. It's not. Oh, there we have it, prompt action. Let's have a look there. Represents how the user interacted with in-app guidance prompt, available in API version. Use prompt to display announcement. Admins have access to add or edit prompts for non-admin users, assign the manage prompt, and modify metadata user permissions. Everybody can see the in-app guidance setup page. I'm not really sure how to what to make of this is not really explained. But anyway, it's not so important right now. Okay, I found now you can search for report type. In the quick find bar, and there you find it under reports and dashboards in the setup menu. And what is a custom report type? Custom report types allow you to build a framework in the report wizard from which users can create and customize reports. You can build custom report types of the relationship, master detail, and lookup between objects so that you can choose which object to display to users, create and customize report, define the relationship between objects displayed to users, creating and customizing reports, select which objects fields can be used as columns in reports. New custom report type, primary objects, prompt actions. Report label type, custom prompts. I would say other reports make sense, but it's up to you really where you want to store it. Maybe administrative reports, but I'm not really sure if that's administrative. In development, and let's see where you can actually add these fields. Display date, last result. So we need to do this here. You can select and move multiple fields together. Select the section head. So this all looks good. And let's see if we can see the report somehow. So I found it. You need to go to the sales view, then reports, and there you click on new report, and there you enter the custom report, continue. And there you can add like all the rows and stuff. So let's just add everything. And let's update this. It's good. I think the issue why there's nothing showing is because there are no views yet, so I don't think there's an issue with anything we have set up. It's just there are no views yet, no engagement. That's the issue. Okay, let's continue here with the quiz. Why would you add prompts? A new feature is enabled. Users aren't taking advantage of a valuable feature. Users frequently leave tasks incomplete. I would say A and B, but let's check. New features enabled. Users aren't taking advantage of a valuable feature. So that's A and B. What are the benefits of a docked prompt? It stays there while the user navigates around. It has a dismiss button. Can display embedded GIF image. Its prompt isn't intrusive. You can place it in one of the 6 positions on the page. Stays put while the user navigates around. I would say 6. That would be the floating prompt, the docked. Alright, floating prompt, the docked prompt stays in place. So just to double check, it's A. And let's see if we get the 100 points. And we got them, and let's tackle the next unit.